This is a lesson about troubleshooting. Troubleshooting is an ancient process of fixing things using logic. Logic was invented by the Greeks, like Plato and Aristotle, and we still use those processes today. The process of troubleshooting is the most basic in science. You see it with plumbers, you see it with doctors. When you go to the doctor, they're troubleshooting. They're asking you what hurts, and then based on that, they process an algorithm in their head that gives them an idea of what the problem could be. So it's a little bit guesswork, but over time, anyone in any profession develops a knowledge base and experience based on past cases that, for example, if you see a car that's on fire, probably the fire is the problem with the car. So how to do troubleshooting? You can fix anything with troubleshooting. Troubleshooting is the opposite of design. So when an architect builds a house, he's not troubleshooting. He's a designer or an engineer. A troubleshooter is someone who's fixing problems. You could fix anything. You can fix a computer, a 3D printer, a toilet, or, like I said, going to the doctor. Now, what are the steps of troubleshooting? First, you want to identify what the problem is. Just saying it's broken, that's obvious. You know that it's broken. You want to find out why it's broken. You want to identify what the error is. So the second step, you want to identify all the components. So for example, in a toilet, you have the bowl, you have the lid, you have the pipe that goes to the sewer, you have all the different components. So you first want to identify all the different components in any system, then you want to test them. Finally, you want to look for signs of errors. After you look for signs of errors, then you can start to identify some obvious things, like, for example, the most obvious, if a computer's not working, is it plugged in? That's the first thing. Does it have internet? Not plugged in, then what you would do, you would plug it in. So troubleshooting is a series of steps. You identify all the components, you test them, and then one by one, you try each component, test it independently. Sometimes you have to separate them. It's not always possible to do it. If nothing works, maybe the thing is broken. Maybe the toilet is broken, or maybe the computer is broken. Computers die, but 99% of the time, you're going to be able to fix something with troubleshooting. Today, I fixed 4 things around the house using troubleshooting. It's basically the process that everyone does intuitively, but here we're just explaining what troubleshooting actually is. It's expressing your fixing algorithmically. Everything is an algorithm. Even a person can be expressed algorithmically. An algorithm must have a beginning and an end. The beginning of anyone's algorithm, their life, is their birth, and the end is their death. So whether you're fixing a toilet, making coffee, going to the doctor, you can express everything algorithmically, and that's how you fix 99% of problems, is with troubleshooting.